Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Rip Curl Flash Bomb series of wetsuits for winter 2015 into 2016. So the Flash Bomb's been around for a good few years now and has become known as one of the warmest and primarily one of the quickest drying wetsuits on the market. And that's all down to the flash dry technology which lies within the wetsuit. If you're not familiar with that, we will show you through that in a second. But it's sort of evolved over the last few years, the Flash Bomb, along with the zip-free technology. So the two have kind of gone hand in hand. Rip Curl have been a big innovators and big advocates of the Zipperless technology, which has been introduced into their E-Bomb wetsuit and also into their Flash Bomb series. But you still get the traditional chest zip wetsuit, Flash Bomb, which is fundamentally quite different from the zip-free suit. And then you also get the hooded version as well, which is a bit thicker for serious cold water. But all of them basically are underpinned by the flash dry technology, which is all about really good insulation, but primarily about quick drying properties, which will allow you to get back into a wetsuit which will dry after about 15 minutes, is the claim to fame. So I'll walk you through some of the suits. Now, this suit basically is available in ladies, men's and kids. So all of them have access to the Flash Bomb wetsuit. I've just got here a little selection, and then obviously you've got the zip-free technology as well. The zip-free technology is only available for men and kids. Okay, you do have a zip-free wetsuit for ladies, but that's the G-Bomb. The Flash Bomb for ladies is actually a zipped suit. So, differences. Okay, so first off you've got the standard chest zip, which is pretty much the one that's been around for the longest. Just to give you a brief overview of this suit. Flash dry lining, which is the sort of, I'll give you a little bit of an indication, we'll turn the suit inside out so you can see, but is that kind of fluffy material. Now if I sort of walk you through what that actual lining does, and then I can just sort of let you know where it sits inside each wetsuit. Now basically what that is a standard polypro, which is a sort of a thermal, well, plasticky material basically, which is used as thermal lining and has been for quite a few years now. What the difference with this particular style of polypro lining is it's been back combed, creates sort of like a fluffy effect. If I come nice and sit close, you'll be able to see that fluffy effect. And what that does is that it's a non-absorbent material anyway, because it's based on a sort of plastic. And what that does is draw the water out of the fabric, and then the fibres, because they're sort of individual and they're sort of the water beads on top of them, they dry extremely quickly because they're very non-absorbent. Okay, so not only have you got that wicking properties that you would have with a polypro anyway, that fluffiness will basically allow it to dry even quicker, and so the claim to fame is that it dries in 15 minutes. Okay, as long as you put it somewhere sensible and it's inside out. So yeah, that's the sort of claim to fame, or the unique selling property. But one of the main sort of aesthetically pleasing things about the suit as well is it is fluffy, and that's going to do a better job of insulating you, because at the end of the day thermal lining is all about trapping warm air as it leaves your body, and so the more sort of undulations and gaps and grooves that you've got which can trap warm air, the better, and that sort of fluffiness will help do that, and it's also very nice against the skin. It feels great. Okay, so that flash dry or flash dry technology is the principal selling benefit of the Flash Bomb series. Okay, all of the wetsuits have it, and typically they will all have it from this sort of chest panel right the way through down to the bottom of the suit, right to the ankle. Okay, and then they leave it out where you need a bit more flexibility and less weight, so around the shoulders and everything like that. Okay, with the chest zip wetsuit, obviously you've got a few different sort of panelling in the zip-free suit, but just give you a brief guide initially. Again then, you've got that flash dry lining the whole way through the suit, and as I said before, it's pretty much from the sort of chest down. So you can see that's the chest there, and it goes the whole way down, leaving it out of the shoulders, and then sort of running it through the lower body. Now the zip-free suit then, obviously less panelling on this suit. No zip, no chest zip, and no sort of smooth skin panel, and no liquid taping. Okay, it's more of a stripped down suit, which is again to promote more flexibility. Okay, so it's a Flash Bomb, but it's a Flash Bomb for people that want a bit more flex, and specifically don't want that chest zip system. And then you've obviously got the hooded version as well. The hooded version is available for kids as well, so the kids have got the benefit of the standard chest zip, they've got the zip-free technology, and they've also got the hooded suit. The hooded suit is just a bit thicker, it's a 6'4", okay, so a mil thicker on the lower body, but then the fundamental principles are the same. Flash dry lining from the chest down, but then with the chest zip entry, so you also get that liquid taping on the outside, you get that smooth skin panel, and you also get a flash dry lined hood. Okay, so if I walk you through each suit individually, and then we can just sort of mention the differences between the two. Okay, so the primary selling benefit then is the flash dry lining, okay, with this suit. But another fundamental factor, which is true to all of the different styles within the Flash Bomb series, is the E4 neoprene, 100% E4 neoprene. And the E4 neoprene is Rip Curl's latest, most flexible, non-absorbent neoprene that runs the right way through the suit, okay. It's extremely quick to dry as well in its own right, and it's also extremely lightweight. Okay, so it's a lot lighter than the E3 neoprene, so that's going to give you a tremendous amount of flexibility. It's really soft to the touch and makes the suit a lot lighter as well. Okay, so that E4 neoprene runs the whole way through. It's a 5.3, sorry, on the chest zip. It's worth noting that as well. A lot of suits these days are a 5.4. In fact, I'd say the majority of wetsuits amongst other manufacturers are a 5.4. Rip Curl go for a 5.3. Now they give you a generous 5mm on the leg, on the lower body the whole way through. It's a pretty chunky 5mm, so it's very warm. But then that 3mm on the wrist, around the shoulder, the reason they do that is to give you more flexibility. They think 4mm is a bit too much around the upper body. As long as your core is warm, that 3mm will then promote more flexibility through the upper part of the suit. So this is a 5.3. The hooded suit is the one where you actually get a 6.4. Okay, you get smooth skin paneling. Now that smooth skin mesh is really good at stopping wind penetration. Obviously it means more seams, less flexibility, but that smooth skin is really important to some people, especially if they're doing wind sports or if they just want to block that sort of chilly wind in the winter. That's around the front of the suit and around the lumbar as well. Okay, now all of the suits are specifically designed with flexibility in mind, so all of the seams are pre-bent to make sure that they don't sort of create any restriction throughout the suit. Any paneling, there's no seams under the arm. Okay, any seams around the back or lumbar are specifically designed to give you four-way stretch, loads of flexibility and minimum restriction. Okay, lower down the wetsuit, you've got the standard Duraflex knee pads. That's going to be the true for all of the wetsuits. It's really hard-wearing material, which stops the knees wearing through. The liquid taping then is one of the primary differences between this and the zip-free wetsuit. It's a very thin liquid tape that goes over the top of the seams. Okay, what will that do is just reinforce the seams, stops any water penetrating the suit and getting inside. And on the inside of the suit, which I'll show it to you in a second, then it's all flat taped with an E4 taping as well. So it's really reinforced, and these suits should not leak in any water. That liquid taping is exclusive to the chest zip. You don't get that with the zip-free suit. That's just stitched and taped to promote more flexibility again. Okay, so the chest zip entry, you can see it's just a sideways chest zip, and that's actually sewn over the inside of the wetsuit. So up and over, the inside of the wetsuit is here. Any water that comes in through the chest zip is then drained out through these drain holes in the front of the suit, and you've got them around the back of the chest zip system. So in effect, this chest zip system is sewn over the top of the actual inside of the wetsuit, and then you get that zip running sort of across the side this way. Downsides to the chest zip, they are a bit harder to get in and out of compared to a back zip, but with the flexibility of the neoprene, you can open up nice and wide, and it's not actually that too much of a struggle at all. Okay, you get a toggle to fasten it. The only downside with the Rip Curl suits is there are a bit of a niggle to get on from the side there. It takes a bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. And the fact that it is a plastic zip. The reason they use that is it's non-corrosive, it's cheaper to reproduce, but the downside is it doesn't feel as durable. But having said that, it's covered under warranty for the first year anyway, so that should be fine, and it's very cheap to repair if it does go. So yeah, worth bearing in mind. Okay, so that's the chest entry style of suit. Really nice suit. It's been a really popular wetsuit for the last few years. It did win the SEMA Wetsuit of the Year award a couple of years back for innovation, thanks to the sort of the lining of the suit. That's pretty much the same as the hooded suit. The chest zip, very similar, liquid taping, flash dry lining. Obviously the hooded suit has just got the inbuilt hood, which is a 3mm hood, flash dry lined with a toggle. Worth noting as well, it's got a neoprene neck rather than a smooth skin neck, which gives a bit more flexibility. So for people that don't like to be too restricted, it's a nice little feature there. So then it's worth mentioning the zip-free wetsuit. We've done a separate video about this, all about the zip-free suit, which shows me getting in and out of one, which was for last year. Nothing's really changed, but we thought we'd just sort of show you for this year. So essentially, yeah, you've just basically got no liquid taping. It's 100% E4. No liquid taping on the outside of the suit, so what you've got instead is just the standard stitching halfway through, glued and then sealed shut with the taping. And you've got that E4 taping. Now that is sort of used sporadically through the arms because they want to give more flexibility and not too much taping, but throughout the rest of the suit, the whole suit is taped to stop any water coming through. So that's the whole way through, and that's against the flash dry lining. Okay, you lose the smooth skin, so you lose the liquid taping, because the liquid taping, even though it's fantastically robust and good at keeping up water, it can be a bit restrictive. So you lose that, and you lose that smooth skin panel. So you don't get that wind protection, but you do get a huge amount more flexibility. You've got no seams running through the whole midpoint of the wetsuit and the whole back of the wetsuit. So if you're all about flexibility and warm, then this suit's fantastic, because you've got the flash dry lining and you've got 100% E4 with minimal seams, and you get that the whole way through. Standard knee pads, as you said before. You've got a cool little pocket on all of these wetsuits, which basically is like a little magnetic tag, just clamped shut, and you can keep your key in there nice and safe, as long as it's not electronic, obviously. So what we do with the chest zip then, the zip-free system, it works in a really similar way. Basically, you're getting in through the neck. With the zip system, obviously you can open it up quite wide. With the zip-free system, you've basically got to get in through here, which can be a bit intimidating. But if you turn the suit inside out, down to the waist, and you can slip it on like a pair of trousers, then essentially you pull it up and over your body, and then just pull the chest zip system over your head, fasten the toggle and close it. So it's not actually as hard as it looks. But what I'll do is, while we're sort of turning it inside out, I'll turn the suit inside out so you can have a good look on the inside and see what's going on, and have a good look at the flash dry lines. So all of the black material is the E4 Neoprene, which is the super stretchy, super lightweight neoprene. The zip-free suits are pretty much all of the ones that the pros are wearing, because obviously they're all about minimum restriction, minimum bits and pieces that can get in your way and restrict the movement of the body. So having no zip across the chest, you wouldn't think it would make too much of a difference, but it does feel fantastic. If you don't have that zip across the chest, it just gives you complete freedom when you're moving back and forward, and it does feel nice. And if you're lying on your board or anything, like, it's just no sort of obstruction or sort of anything to get in the way. So that's the inside of the suit. All of that pink stuff is the flash dry lining. So that's the front of the suit. You can see that right from the way of the chest right down to the ankle, that furry material all around the way of the back, right up to the top of the lumbar, right up to the top of the back, which is going to give you complete insulation, and it's also going to dry out the majority of the suit within 15 minutes. And then you can see all of that E4 taping running through the suit as well, and that's just a super stretchy tape, no restriction, really good at blocking out any water and stopping any water coming through the suit. But that combined with the stitching and the glue, you shouldn't have any problems. But all of the actual seams are covered for 12 months under Rip Curl's warranty. Okay, so that's everything going on with the Rip Curl Flash Bomb series of wetsuits. In my opinion, they are probably one of the best wetsuits which combine flexibility with warmth. So I don't think they're the warmest wetsuits in the world, but I think they are warm enough definitely for most. I think that this sort of 3mm neoprene on the arms does make a bit of a difference in terms of the actual warmth of the suit. I think there's nothing you can do to avoid the fact that thicker neoprene is going to keep you warmer. But having said that, I've been using the 5.3 Flash Bomb zip-free for the last 2 years, and it's been fantastic through the whole way through the last 2 winters. Haven't been cold at all. I only think that maybe the extra thickness will come into play if you really feel the cold, or if you're surfing somewhere with really cold water. But then obviously you've got the option of switching to the 6.4, which will be no compromise in terms of thickness on neoprene. You've got the smooth skin, you've got the liquid taping, so that is going to be one of the warmest wetsuits on the market. Or obviously the chest zip in a 5.3. So I think they're one of the best wetsuits which combine adequate warmth, or really good warmth, with really good flexibility and lightweight neoprene. So that's why we sell many every year, and the Flash Bomb is one of the most popular wetsuits we do, combined with a really good warranty and support from Rip Curl. So yeah, it's definitely one worth considering, and highly recommended for your next winter wetsuit.